Unconditional love does not have limitations. None. Unconditional love is when you can remove the judgment from your love, that the judgments, the opinions, and the emotions, thoughts, actions in you and around you do not impact how much you love someone. I love you unconditionally, but it's not infinite. Is not unconditional love. That is a condition. That means it runs out. True unconditional love does not run out. And that's why you're still here. That's why you're surrounded by people who love you and trust you. That's why you're surrounded by people who make you happy. Because you've never stopped fighting for you. You've never settled for less, even when less is all that was available. Even when it was deemed an inconvenience. Because it's so easy to say they're an inconvenience, this is an inconvenience. I'm not doing that. Till it's you that becomes the inconvenience. Till you actually need something. But all the inconveniences that you've let slide, that you've judged, becomes your inconvenience. And they're not there to help you as much as they could. There's not as much support all around. Because they've had to handle all those inconveniences on their own. Inconvenient, inconvenient, inconvenient. Inconvenient is a state of mind. Inconvenient is an opinion. Inconvenient is another word for an obstacle. Inconvenient is a word for emergency. Inconvenient is a word when it affects the flow of things, even though our flow can never truly be disrupted. Inconvenient is an excuse. Inconvenient is when you don't hold patience. Inconvenient is when you don't want to change your heart space. Not change, but open. Inconvenient is just a word. It's just a word. And you are not inconvenient. Your existence is not inconvenient. Your needs are not inconvenient. They are only inconvenient if you or the person that is caring for you has an agenda. Because unconditional love is as long as you're happy. As long as you're happy and you're not hurting yourself or anyone else. As long as you're not repeating the cycles. As long as you're growing. As long as you're growing. There's no set time. There's no set time. Time is different for everyone. Time is different for everyone. Time moves faster for some, slower for others. People die early, people die young. It's what you want to do with your own time. Your own time. What makes you happy? Chances are what makes you happy may upset other people. It may confuse them. They may want more of your time, and the thing that makes you happy is taking away from time with them. Of course, there's balance. There's balance, but Space and time are so important, together and apart. Continuously working towards that goal and taking a break. Stopping for water, for the view, to smell the roses. Because you could have everything you want right now. You could reach all your goals today. You could be a billionaire running a whole company, multiple houses, vacationing. But what good is that? What good is that if you don't have love? What good is that if you don't have quality time? Personal connection to what you're doing, to the differences you're making. What's the point of all of that if the little things are getting overlooked? What's the point if the big picture looks good, the income looks good, if all other parts of that system are falling apart? And that is why your voice matters. The things that you do matter. That's why sometimes it's good to pause and reflect and take your time. That is the abundance. Because tomorrow truly, truly is not promised. And so take your time today. Take your time to figure it out, to work out your emotions and your thoughts. Take time to dream. Take time to daydream, wonder, invest your energy into yourself. What would be the best outcomes? Not the easiest, but the most effective, the best. The load that you carry, you don't have to carry it alone. When we share our peace, when we share our thoughts, our feelings, our mind to create peace, we can do so much. You could change someone's perspective. You could strengthen a connection. You could educate, share knowledge with more than just one person by only having to tell one person. You could help someone else release the same thing that you're trying to release. You could unearth all those fears together. You could figure out how to take action forward together. The separation, the diversity is an illusion. It's all an illusion. We are not separate. We are not far apart. We are all just in different stages, in different bodies, in different worlds, but together still. Experiencing the same things at different times, in different ways, but the same things. The experience that you have, the knowledge that you have is important. If reality is all in our minds, if our brain creates and perceives what's going on in the real world, then you have the power to change not only your world, but others' worlds as well. Just by being you and telling your story, the things that upset you, the ugly feelings that you don't want to talk about, that, oh, we shouldn't feel. Oh, we should always be happy and nice and kind. Fuck that. Fuck that. You would go crazy trying to be peaceful as shit. We're humans. We are humans. And we have the power to change our own worlds. And when we change our own world, we figure out how to change the world around us. Step by step. Step by step. Sacrifice by sacrifice. Because a sacrifice is only truly considered a sacrifice if it's not worth it. So, riddle me this. Have the sacrifices that you made in the name of love, were they worth it? Are they worth it? Is it worth it for you? Is your happiness worth it? Is your joy worth it? Is not having anxiety worth it? Not living in fear worth it? Strength, inner peace, completion. I'd say it is.